G'day guys, welcome back to another week of 3SSR Footy Hit. I'm John Donahoe, here with Peter Saris again, and Pete, it was another good round of football in round 3. A few upsets, but a few crackers as well.
Yeah, the main one that I was concerned with was Bulldogs and Richmond. That one was incredibly disappointing.
Turned out to be a good game in the end though, didn't it?
It was, but Richmond in reality should not have let them 37 points off. I think they went out there with the attitude of, we're a better team. We had a lot of outs, and I don't think that those players would have missed if we were playing a team like Geelong.
Do you think it was a bit of a brain fade by Brandon Ellis there at the end to hold on to the Giant Syracusa?
Definitely a brain fade, and it was a mistake, and he won't make that mistake again anytime soon anyway.
And I called it last week that it was going to be the game of the round, and North Melbourne and Port Adelaide did not disappoint. What a cracker it was. Port got out of the blocks nice and early, but North reeled them in with the experienced heads of Harvey, Del Santo, and a couple others. But look, Brent Harvey, we said it last week, he gets better with age. He could go on for years to come, couldn't he?
He really could. I don't see why he couldn't go for another 2-3 years at least. Sort of like a Dustin Fletcher, has not really slowed down at all.
Absolutely, and Sydney got their first win on the board, and Buddy Franklin showed that he was worth every cent, didn't he?
He did. Unfortunately, for another Carlton looks horrible at the moment. No, just going to another.
That's all right. But look, I've said it time and time again. I don't know where Carlton are at, and they are putrid at the moment. There's no other way to put it. Essendon are good, we'll give them that, but Carlton don't look like they're going to win a game. Carlton don't look like they know how to win. If they come out and lose to Melbourne this week, it is serious panic station because at the moment they're not playing team footy. They're not doing anything for the team. They're not playing well at all.
They're not playing 4 quarters of footy, and that's what's killing them. Richmond aren't playing 4 quarters of footy either, and that's why they're sitting at 1 and 2 at the moment. They are a much better side than Carlton, and that's what saved them.
Absolutely, and we saw some of Carlton's best form against Richmond last week.
He did.
Coming back in the fourth quarter. I don't understand why they can't play that type of footy again, but they've got Mick Malthouse at the helm. Last year they were 0-3 and ended up sneaking into that last final spot. So it's not panic stations just
with a bit of help.
Yeah, with a bit of help. It's not panic stations just yet, but they need to lift massively if they want to do anything this year. Now look, we're going to round 4. Teams starting to show a bit now. Teams are getting into their groove and players are starting to play well. And this could be another good game on Friday night. Collingwood are playing your mob, Richmond. Traditionally, Richmond play alright against Collingwood. Friday night at the MCG, how do you see this one going down?
To be honest, judging on Richmond's form, I'm going to say Collingwood. I hate it. It's killing me to say it. But Richmond haven't played 4 quarters of football all year yet. They've played a half. Every game, and all 3 games, they've played 1 half. Whether it's the second half or the first half, they've played a half. And you can't play a half against someone like Collingwood. Hopefully we get Hampson and Deledio back. That probably help. Maybe a Foley. That'd be amazing. Those 3 outs definitely were one of the reasons why we lost to the Dogs. But hopefully we can get some of them back. But I think Collingwood should win. I don't think it'll be a destruction match. I think it's going to be a close match. But
I tend to disagree. I think Richmond are going to get it done here because they get Deledio back, they get Hampson back. They're 2 big ins. Collingwood are struggling a bit at the moment. Travis Cloke doesn't know what he's doing down forward. He's struggling a bit. The only bloke really doing much for them is Pendlebury. And Collingwood are also in the mould of Carlton a little bit, but not as bad. I'll give them that. They're not as bad. They're grinding out games. But I think Richmond are going to find a bit here now. Jack Rewalt found a bit of form. Tyrone Vickery can get back in. Ben Griffiths is a good player.
He has improved. He has improved incredibly. He's definitely Richmond's most improved player this year.
Look, I reckon this is going to be a belter. I reckon it's going to be close all the way through, and I reckon the Tigs may just get over the line here.
I think it's going to be a close match, and I want Richmond to get over the line, and I think they have the potential to get over the line. I'm just saying that after the last 3 games, they have not shown that they can beat Collingwood.
Well, better
just judged on the last 3 games. But if they can roll into a 4-quarter match, they can easily win.
No better time than now, though, Pete.
They need to show it now.
Saturday afternoon, Carlton Melbourne. Can Carlton get registered their first win on the board?
Or can Melbourne register their first win?
That's true. Both 0-3.
I think Carlton will win. They had Carazzo back last week. That's a big in. But I can't see Melbourne winning that, to be perfectly honest with you.
Melbourne were
Paul
pretty,
Roos has said that he's vowed a stricter game plan, but I don't think that's strict.
Melbourne were pretty poor in the wet, and look, now they've got the James Frawley stuff hanging over their heads. You know, there's an $800,000 bounty, as it were, on his head for whoever wants him. So they've got that to deal with now as well.
Wouldn't like him at Richmond, actually.
and the thing is, if they finish last and he goes via free agency, they get picks 1 and 2 in the draft, which is valuable this year.
They've really utilised them in the last few years.
Haven't they? But look, I think Carlton quite easily will get their first win, and look, it might start a bit of momentum for them. Port Adelaide are playing Brisbane. Port were gallant against North, obviously, and Brisbane lost Daniel Rich to a knee injury, unfortunately. But I think this will be close. But I think at Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide are going to be too strong. They'll want to bounce back.
I think it'll be about a 20-point win. Yeah. I can't see it being any more. Brisbane have improved a lot, but not to the point where they'll probably roll Port Adelaide.
And do you think GWS can get over the Doggies? It's at Skoda Stadium.
Both have improved. The Dogs, we saw what they can do in a half of football if the team's not switched on, and being in a young, inexperienced side, but they can potentially win. Roll over the Giants early on, but the Giants have improved. I mean, they've doubled their wins this year. I mean, I know it's only
some
round
promising
3.
players. We saw Josh Kelly got the Rising Star nod this week, so they've got the talent there.
John Patton and Jeremy Cameron, I see that as the next Franklin and Roughhead.
And Tom Boyd's kicking goals in the reserves as well. So they've got players galore coming through the reserves there. So they're going to be a good side. This could be a good match. I'm tipping the Bulldogs just because the way they finished off on the weekend. Now this could be the best game of the round. Skilled Stadium, Simmons Stadium, 7:40 Saturday night. The two heavyweights, Geelong and West Coast, both undefeated at the moment, both playing some sublime footy. And some people are saying Geelong could be roughies again, roughies for the flag. I don't think they're roughies. I think they're right up there.
Can they compete for the entire year? That's the problem. We've seen many times where a team has dominated in the first month of football and then has died away. I mean, Brisbane did it back in 2010, where they won their first 4 games, and I don't think they won another game for the rest of the year. So, but Geelong were better than that, and I think it's going to be a very good match.
Absolutely. Geelong's record at Simmons Stadium speaks for itself. They don't often lose down there. West Coast, were challenged against St Kilda on the weekend, and credit to St Kilda, they played well. But West Coast, they fought back pretty well. They lost Mark Lacroix to an arm injury, and I think they've lost Luke Shuey as well, who was big. He's out suspended, so the travel factor could come into account there, and I think they'll get their first loss, but it could be a close one. But Geelong are just too strong.
It should be a close one. I can't see the Cats winning by too much, but I can see Cats winning.
Now the Suns got over the line in the Q Clash. What do you reckon their chances are against the Hawks? At Metricon Stadium.
Better than what people think, but I think the Hawks will win.
They're making Metricon Stadium a bit of a fortress up there, and look, I don't think they're going to win this game by any stretch. Hawthorn played the perfect game of football last week. I don't reckon there was any flaws in how they went last week, but the Suns, the Suns will challenge them a bit. So I think the Hawks will win relatively easily. 30, 40 points here.
It was a very surprising effort by Fremantle last week. I thought they were going to win. I tipped them to win. I tipped them to smash Hawthorn.
You did, actually. I was surprised.
It was
the opposite.
Complete opposite. I watched the game and I thought, well, that was a bad tip.
Yeah.
Couldn't do much about it. Yeah, I was very impressed with Hawthorn.
They were very good.
They're still the team to beat at the moment.
They could definitely go back to back. Now, two teams looking to reignite their seasons after a couple of wins. Sydney and North Melbourne. The SCG, first game at the SCG for the year. The Swans are back a little bit. They found a bit of form. Buddy Franklin's found a bit of form. So I think the Swannies will get up.
I think Lewis Robert Thompson's been back, which is a good in, and Jeremy Layla has been a decent recruit for them. Played 2 games, he's been doing pretty well.
Young Harry Cunningham showing a bit for the Swans as well. I think the Swannies will get the job done relatively easily here. They're too good a side to keep down. Back at the SCG, they know how to play at smaller ground, compact. That's the style of footy they play. So North. It could be a close game. North will try and pressure them at all costs, but I think the Swannies will be too good for them here. Next game of the round, Pete. St Kilda will play Adelaide at Etihad Stadium, 3:20 Sunday afternoon. I give St Kilda a good chance here because the form we showed against West Coast was quite good. And Luke Dunstan and Nick Rowell are playing good footy. And look, I just don't think Adelaide are playing all that well. They will come out firing this week though, but I give us a good chance at home.
I think you're right. It won't be a rollover. Both teams are going to want to win. Going to want the win. St Kilda have actually improved since last year, which a lot of people are a bit surprised with. I thought they were going to be dead set last, but I don't think they will be. Everyone thought Melbourne were going to improve exponentially, but I think they've actually gotten worse.
Yeah.
But I think St Kilda, a very good chance. Same with Adelaide. Adelaide have a very good chance.
Who are you tipping?
That was a tough one. I think Adelaide only because they haven't had a win, and this is their best chance for a win so far this year.
Absolutely, you're not wrong. In the final game, Patterson Stadium, 4:40. Freo out to make amends against the Red Hot Bombers. How are we going with this one? Chappie may not travel. He's got a bit of an injury concern. Winnerlick won't travel. I think Freo might bounce back here. And look, Essendon are just going to take no precautions on their injured players.
Well, Fremantle's defence is probably one of the best defence in the league at the moment. Essendon are a high-scoring side, as we saw the last 3 games, but it's going to be a tough one to tip. If Fremantle can bounce back from last week, they can win, but at the same time, Essendon's form has been fantastic, and we know what Essendon do. Essendon, for the past couple of years, or third year now, dominate the first half of the year, and second half of the year they seem to drop off quite a bit, but it's going to be hard to stop them.
Absolutely. Another blockbuster round of footy ready to go in round 4. Until next week, I'm John Dono, this is Peter Saros. Keep liking the Facebook page, 3SSR Footy Hit.